Hola, hola. Bienvenidos. I'm Stacie de Armas from Nielsen, and you are here because you know Hispanics are the secret to America's growth and future success. So let's talk about it. At nearly 20% of the US population, we are 1 in 5 Americans. And with 58% of our population under the age of 34 and 31% of our population under the age of 17, we are the youth of this country and we are shaping the future. In fact, the most common age among Latinos today in the US is just 19. For perspective, the most common age for non-Hispanic white is 61. Aside from being the largest racial or ethnic group in the United States and the youngest, we are a reflection of the world's diversity right here at home. We are Asian Latinos, Afro-Latinos, White Latinos, Indigenous Latinos, LGBTQ plus Latinos. We are mixed race. We have various religious backgrounds and various political beliefs, but we are united in our pillars of culture and family. By now, you know that our buying power is $2.7 trillion per Latino Donor Collaborative data. And that really just confirms that we are a world economic powerhouse, not just an American one. But if the Latino community is the nation's economic engine, I want to remind you for a moment that Latinas are the fuel of that engine. Latinas today make up 1 in 5 women in the US, and we are attending college at higher rates than ever, with 44% now having some college or higher, which is an increase from 36% in 2010. And of all Latinas in the US, 62% of us are under the age of 34. And if we zoom out just a little, 87% of Latinas in the US are under the age of 54. That is a remarkably young cohort of women. So while Latinas are making all of this headway with education and economics, census data still tells us that we are overrepresented in some of the lowest paying job sectors, like the service industry. And we are underrepresented in sectors of influence like management, business, and science. Those industries, for perspective, employ about 46% of white women and just 29% of Latinas. With all of this potential, how do we ensure that our community continues to reach high? I believe it starts by inspiring positive identity formation. If you see it, you can be it. Our identity is built based on who and what we see around us, including how we are represented in media. Who do we have permission to become? Who can we fall in love with? Media informs us in this way. It's actually, in many ways, a tool for change, because representation in media shapes not only how we think about ourselves, but also our perceptions of other identity groups. Social science tells us that this will contribute to a healthy identity formation for our youth too. Remember, 31% are under the age of 17, and how they see themselves in content can help them grow. While we know that Latinos are growing with employment successes and educational attainment, nothing is more important than how we see ourselves in media. And so much of media today still centers on this singular perspective where perhaps a Latino character is just an addition to some other character's main story. Representation in content today stands at about 8% for Latinos in streaming. Yet, it's no surprise that Latinos tell us they can't find themselves in content, and when they do, 41% say that is an inaccurate representation. So as we begin to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, I encourage you to demand representation, and when you do find it, support it. Buy those books that tell our stories and share them. Watch that programming that well represents our communities that you love. The undeniable impact of US Hispanics is evident throughout this evolving flavor of American entertainment. From Encanto's Academy Award win to Bad Bunny's recent history-making Artist of the Year win at the VMAs, to Spotify's top songs of the summer, Hispanic influence on US entertainment is profound. Even when we don't have equitable representation, the shine of our Hispanic star cannot be dulled. Just imagine if we had the representation that we deserved.